Hello and welcome. I'm Chris Breezy. Today I'm here with fellow students from the Mass Comm class, and we're talking about video games. Some people believe that harmful effects of excessive gaming include childhood obesity and increased violence, while others believe there are positive effects of gaming like increased problem-solving skills. I wanted to ask these students what are their favorite games and what do they believe are the effects of video games, positive or negative. So, what's your favorite video game and why?
I'd probably have to go with the Fallout series, just because, it's beautiful gameplay, a lot of problem solving in it. You got to figure out what to do and when to do it, and, just an awesome game.
Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to say that I'm not exactly into, the whole, huge console games like Call of Duty or stuff like that. I'm more into, independently made video games like Eve, Witch House, all the other stuff, but I'd have to say that my favorite by far is this indie game called Undertale.
Oh, it's so good.
I know, right?
I just beat it a couple days ago.
You can just get so invested in the story, characters, and what's actually happening to them.
Talk about a game that uses mechanics as metaphor. The actual gameplay is indicative of the storyline and emotional journey you're actually going through within that game, which is incredibly... It's just not something that enough people think about. As much as I love some big console games, there's this cognitive disconnect between, all right, you're supposed to be a hero, and then you're literally committing genocide. Murdering hundreds of thousands of people. Yeah, we're the good guys, let's go kill all these brown people. At least a game like Undertale thinks about, okay, since we're actually having this game that's about growth and depth, maybe let's make the mechanics reflect that instead of just clicking on random stuff. Sorry to have hijacked that. What is your favorite game?
If I had to pick one, I guess as far as the series goes, I'd have to say Uncharted. I'm a big fan of the puzzle aspect. And even on the computer, I played Portal 2 and the original Portal, and I enjoyed the puzzles.
I love both those games as well. My favorite game is probably Skate 2, but that's just because I've been playing it since I was 8, and I'm really, really good at it. One of the few skills I have. Followed by The Binding of Isaac, just for the fact that the storytelling is purely aesthetic. There's no real story to that game except what you can derive from the art of it. And mechanically, it reflects, the sadness and darkness of the actual character's life. The drudge of attempting to win that so impossible challenge is indicative of the character's life. It's amazing what they were able to do to make you feel like this character who's in this dark, broken basement just by limiting your options and making everything stronger than you. So probably that.
Gotcha. Yeah. Good answers, everybody. And what is the impact of these games on you and on the society?
Really, I don't think there is any impact. I go home and play video games, and then I go do other things. I don't play Call of Duty and then go out and shoot people. I don't really think there's an impact coming from video games.
I would have to disagree. May I see the mic, too? I would have to disagree with you on the fact that there's an impact. I think there has been an impact, and it's been massively positive. Yes, there are some people that get obsessed with their medium, and that could cause obesity in that way, but that's more just a social disorder. Someone's not been humanized or given the skills they need to have something else in their life other than media. Video games in particular, though, allow for the creation of empathy. It's a medium that requires interaction even if you're by yourself. It forces you to solve problems collaboratively, and it makes you think in different ways than you normally would. Whereas something like even a movie or a book, there's no interaction. You're perceiving stimuli. You're not getting to participate in it. The only thing you can do with something like that is reflect, whereas in a video game, you can actually react. I think that makes it kind of the most powerful medium for art. So I would say that is a slight impact, at least.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and also violence has gone down in the past 20 years. Like violent crime has been steadily decreasing in the Western world for a really long time. It's really funny to be like, oh, all these shootings are caused by video games. It's like, no, those shootings are caused by the news reporting on all those shootings. Okay. Any other thoughts on that? Anyone?
Oh, well, would you guys want a job in the video game industry?
No doubt. I would want one.
My chance, what I'm probably gonna say is maybe, because I've just always been in the interest of being in the media arts, just because I mainly just love seeing like how these video games are made, how they can look so realistic that I just want to be a part of it. Anybody else?
I would love to work in anything video game related. I don't know what particular part I would be taking, but I guess it'd be a more artistic approach because I am taking artistic classes right now. But I would enjoy it very much.
I actually really would love to get involved in the industry as a writer for one very particular reason. When you think about any other medium other than video games, be it poetry, literature, movies, or television, think of how much you're allowed to explain with dialogue. No, like seriously, think about it. When you play a video game, since you are the character, very rarely are there large swatches of dialogue. And even for a dialogue-heavy game, like say your Witchers or any RPG you have, that's maybe 2% of the time playing. You're having to craft a narrative that keeps people engaged for a lot of times over 100 hours. And you have to do that using like a literary density that's maybe a quarter of TV or books or movies. You have to explain these entire stories and move people on emotional journeys without using almost any words. And that seems like a great challenge.
Gotcha. Well, that's it for this edition of The Student Voice. Thanks for watching. We good?